Good morning, everyone. Happy Taco Tuesday. Looks like we're looking like we're getting a pretty red marketing opening here in about 7 minutes. Let me jump over on X, make sure people can hear me over there. Let's see, that's my profile on X. Yeah, make sure people can hear me. Now let me throw a little, I like to start the chat out with a little GM for good morning. Cool. So yeah, welcome. Market opens, I say, in about 7 minutes. Futures have been up and down. They started red. I saw them green throughout the night. Now they're looking pretty red. NASDAQ opening down 0.78%, so pushing on 1%. Dow Jones 0.29, and the S&P futures down 0.44. So it looks like it's not going to be a great opening today. Tuesday it was weird last night. So Trump came out yesterday and said, "Oh, we're all ready to attack Iran tomorrow, but Saudi, UAE, Qatar came to us and said, hey, why don't you try and solve this?" But so that was the narrative yesterday, that their attack was imminent, but now cooler heads prevailed. They wanted Trump to see if they could work it out. And then today they're like saying, hey, we don't know anything about that. There was going to be some imminent attack. So could it just be position again? People are calling Trump a liar, but who knows? I mean, I'd say I don't believe anything I read. I kind of look at the data, how the markets are doing and things like that to judge what's really going on, because there's a misinformation war, there's a social media war, all this stuff happened at the same time. So for whatever reason, that's what Trump's narrative, whatever the reality is, it is. But nonetheless, we just kind of a little bit steady, bled down a little bit yesterday. You look right now, like I say, with the market 5 minutes away from opening, we've got 76,759 on our Bitcoin, which is down 0.6 for the day. Ethereum 2,112, down 1.4% for the day. XRP $1.37.5, down 1% for the day. And Solana 84.60, down 0.6%. So Ethereum down the worst. And then, hey, Coach Master, GM, brother. Good long time friend from X coming at me from YouTube, which I appreciate because I don't have many followers. And I think having people listen to the live and interacting with it definitely kicks the algorithm a little bit. So good to see you there, Coach Master. Hope you're having a good week so far. Taco Tuesday today. I did my barbecue yesterday. I usually go to a local barbecue place here, has really good, chicken, pork, and brisket tacos. I'll probably do it again today, but I was there yesterday and had a hamburger and some smoked wings that I saw I got free. The wings were free. So anyway, that's about all I ate yesterday. But happy Taco Tuesday, everyone. So that's what we're looking at. Nothing great. Tomorrow, of course, we have NVIDIA. Of course, if we hear anything on this news on Iran with this, supposedly, and we reported on it yesterday, that Pakistan submitted a new proposal to the U.S. So we'll see what happens there. Right now, it's kind of wait and see. We have NVIDIA tomorrow. Expect them to blow out stuff as they usually do. We might see a little bit of a pump there, but Bitcoin's in this kind of limbo area right here where it's like we got rejected heavily off definitively off the 200-day moving average, and Now we're kind of down here in the 77 range. So we'll see. Could break up or break down. It's hard to say. Right now, it seems like we're going to slowly bleed down for a while until something turns. Warsh getting, he'll be back in. He'll be officially sworn in on Friday. So, yeah, that's where we're at. I think we're just, and sometimes things can change. One tweet, one big piece of news can change things. But generally, our situation is a lot of positive stuff happening out there, a lot of reasons to buy Bitcoin, but not a lot of real short term catalysts that we see blowing us way up high. And so if we look at the hourly, of course, the market's not quite open. It'd be interesting to see. I'm kind of expecting the market to dump a little bit just based on the futures and stuff, but we'll give it a few minutes, check back. Don't forget about the old adage, sell in May and walk away. I don't think that's good advice this year because of the new Fed chair. We've also got the Clarity Act, and Trump wanting to change some things around. Even the White House crypto advisor, he said at the Bitcoin conference that a strategic Bitcoin reserve would be announced. So interesting to see. But let's market 1 minute away from opening. Let's start hitting some of the news. Give the market a couple of minutes to open, see where we're at. Tokenized real assets are now, we're seeing it now, 31 to 35 billion being reported. It's about 5 times what it was last year. And 2.6 billion of that is on RWA, is on Hyperliquid. So I think a lot of people, and then some of the big news today is about stocks trading on the blockchain and tokenization there. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely an area. You notice if you watch my GM Bitcoin morning show, which we've been doing going on 5 years now, I've always got RWA, real world assets tokenization, there in the title. So definitely something that's happening. Is going to bring literally trillions and trillions of dollars. How do you best benefit? Obviously some of the blockchains themselves, Hype, Ethereum, potentially the XRP ledger, certainly Solana, maybe Sui, maybe a few of these others. BNB, to me, the blockchain's the first place to look, and then look at different dApps on there that could be affected or could capitalize on that. This was by our guy Vivek Sen here on X. I thought this was interesting. If you hold 0.1 Bitcoin, you're guaranteed to be the top 2.63% globally. That's after subtracting about 4 million lost coins. So yeah, you're ahead of 99.4% of the world. And I did the math. I don't know if it was yesterday or over the weekend or whatever, but we're about 13x from 14x from a million. And then some people do 10 million. So that's 114x. Sailors openly called for 21 million. So then you double that again and some change. Now we're talking like 240x. So imagine what today, about $8,000, even at 10, that would be well over 100,000. So you start doing that math, it's pretty compelling. So maybe make that your goal if you can't get one, or do like Jack. What the hell's Jack's last name? Founder of Block and Stripe, Jack Dorsey. He just said, start stacking sats. Don't worry about ever getting a Bitcoin or whatever. If you do, great. If you can't, great. Especially if some of your trades or some of your other investments can get there, that's wonderful. But once again, why I'm a huge advocate for using something like the CoinZoom card. I earn 5% of their tokens, which I own enough of now because I've between earning them and buying them, both me and my wife, for the last 4 or 5 years. Now we're turning those over into Bitcoin, starting to build up more extra Bitcoin just from spending money anyway. Today I'm gonna actually upgrade my lighting a little bit. Got some ideas, so I'm gonna order that today. Almost ordered it yesterday. Try and upgrade my lighting here in my basement. I should just, if I wasn't so, I used to be 5 minutes from my office. Got a beautiful view out of my office. We're on the country club on one of the greens, and we got beautiful mountains behind us. So my plan was to go there a few times a week and stream, but I haven't wound up doing it. So market's been open for 3 minutes. We'll go take a look at it here in a minute. Standard and Chartered, huge global bank. They're going to cut 7,000 jobs by 2030. I think this is going to be pretty common. Everyone's going to be looking, maybe have to do some different things, but AI can maybe help create new things. And yeah, it's becoming so much efficient, especially through customer service and programming and just project management. A lot of these things, accounting, auditing, there's so many things that can be handled by AI. I know at CoinZoom, 80%, just under right at 80% of all of our customer service is handled by AI. Of course, we've really focused on being able to make that happen because, we want to be able to ramp up to tens of millions of customers someday. It's crazy. We can ramp up 100,000 customers and only need like 2 new live agents. So it's crazy the efficiency that's being caused there. Well, let's go over and let's see how we're doing with the market opening. By the way, GM, welcome everyone. Happy Taco Tuesday. If you're just joining us live on YouTube or on X, I'm streaming on Rumble too, but no one really watches me over there. It's kind of Rumble's a YouTube competitor, but I haven't gained any traction over there. I'm probably going to switch that. This software my current plan lets me stream to 3 different platforms. I'm probably going to switch that to X here, or excuse me, TikTok here in a few days. I'm really close. Hey, Scott. Good morning, Scott. Of course, from the Heine community. He has a great space every morning at 6:30 a.m. Eastern time. Good hour and 15 space. Sometimes hour and a half, but great information, great community. So focused on education and supporting everyone out there. But let's refresh to see where we're at. Looks like about 0.67 in the red, which is not as bad as we looked. And don't ever take anything too serious in the first hour or two. It can jockey back and forth. But right now, looks like we're down about 3/4 of a point. Looks like it's getting a little better. Dow down 0.79, S&P 0.54. Let's see how Bitcoin's taking everything. Bitcoin is 76,852. So down. Looks like it's flat for the day. Let's look at the hourly. See, we were down around when we started the show, down around we hit the lows, I should say, in the last hour, right before the show, 75,592. So a little bit of a pop. Sometimes that shows you that maybe we're a little beat down. Sometimes, since crypto is the only thing that can be the only risk asset that can be sold, sometimes it gets oversold and it bounced back a little bit. And trying to get back over that 77,000. So that's good. Ethereum, 2,116. That's the hourly chart. Daily chart still down 0.4. But once again, a little bit of a pop off the lows on the hourly. I actually thought it was going to go the other way, to be honest with you. So we'll see if this can hold. $1.37.7 on XRP, down 0.2 for the day. You can see that looking at the hourly chart, looking nice. And Solana, let's see what Solana, a little pump there too. I got on another screen. I'm going to check my grid bot, see if I need to take any profits. I think I'll let them still go a little bit. Been trying to find the bottom. You know what? I'm gonna close out one of those. Now I'm gonna let it simmer there a little bit, but yeah. So that's I like it. We'll check back and see. I kind of expected. I expected So not as bad. We'll see if it can hold here for the next few minutes. We'll check back as we're going through the news. But yeah, nice to have a little bit of a pop. I'll take it on a kind of a sideways Tuesday. I saw this from Cynthia Loomis, our favorite senator from the great state of Wyoming. And she said, the next generation of money is Bitcoin. And I started thinking how profound that really was. And as we try to explain Bitcoin and stuff to other people, you think about it. It's just the natural kind of evolution of money to digital. Everything's digital. We don't print out pictures anymore. We don't even, we used to have videotapes and then DVDs that we'd have hundreds. My wife's, my in-laws, you still go to their house and they've got 1,000 DVDs, and the grandkids like to go there and watch them and stuff. But that's old school. Now we just stream it, right? Everything's gone digital. We remove that. We remove that friction, right? And inefficiency. You think about it. And during COVID, we kind of quit using money altogether. And we really have. I remember when I had my internet company, one of our executives would always pull out his debit card to pay for like Red Bulls or Cokes or whatever. And we were embarrassed. We'd usually pay for him. We were so embarrassed that he's pulling out a debit card to pay for a $2 Red Bull or whatever they were back then. And now it's like that's what everyone does. It's the standard. I think only about 5%, 6% of money's not digital anyway. So we're upgrading. We upgrade our phones. We upgrade our cars. Hell, our cars are now, look at how technically superior, like our navigation systems, our electronic, all these sensors. We upgrade our cars, we upgrade our phones, we upgrade our laptops, we upgrade our TVs, we upgrade everything, right? Why wouldn't we upgrade our money? And it's hard for people to understand, but that's just pretty profound. It really is the next, you could say the next generation, or you could say the next iteration. So easy to understand a gold coin, right? You can hold it in your hand. It's heavy, it's cool. It's just so easy to understand gold as a form of currency, but it's so inefficient. We don't even use gold for currency. None of us in our lifetime alive today have ever used gold as a currency. So anyway, I thought that was very profound. I like that. I thought this was cool, When Notre Dame burned in 2019, one of the most detailed architectural records wasn't in a museum, but in a video game. The cathedral was restored with the help from Assassin's Creed, hyper-accurate model of Notre Dame. Once again, an example of digitization. Man, when I was a kid, or, and even when I was older and the videos got good like this, everyone, the kids are like, those losers, it's just such a waste of time. And now there's streamers making hundreds of millions, tens of millions of dollars, right? And here's some real world application, and the metaverse and all this stuff it's just things are changing. Everything is digital. Once again, I don't think you go buy a disc with this and download it. Hell, my damn computer doesn't even have any kind of disc or anything like that. Nobody's does, right? You probably just download it online like everyone does. Now, look, the national debt is larger than 39 trillion. U.S. needs to refinance 10 trillion this year. And this while bond yields are rising aggressively and rate hikes are being priced in. Listen, I'll show you a slide here in a minute that shows there's zero prediction markets are showing zero chances of a rate cut and a 55% chance of a rate hike. But I don't buy it because there's a reason Trump brought this new guy in, right? And basically, we have to refinance 10 trillion, right? A quarter of the debt. We're paying an extra $1 trillion in interest right now, and we have the housing market in crap. There's no way that there's not going to be rate cuts. There has to be, right? So they'll figure out a way, and it can turn in. And I was just watching one of my favorite guys on CNBC, or a clip. I should have saved it and showed you. I don't even remember his name offhand, but one of my favorite Wall Street macro guys, and he was talking about, and I had to cut it off. I didn't even watch the whole clip, but he was talking about how the Fed's so behind the curve. Hey, GM, from my buddy Quantum 2652, another OG friend from crypto Twitter over there on X, following me, checking in today from YouTube. I think that's cool. Like I said, I'm sure that helps my algorithm because I'm so new to YouTube. But he said this, GM Rand Neuner, and for those of you that don't know Rand Neuner, I'm friends with Rand Neuner. I was pretty good friends with his producer. Where was his producer? So funny because no one knew what he looked like, and they actually had a fake guy playing him. I can't remember. Anyway, they're from Cape Town. Rand's been around forever. Had the first like serious news on like African CNBC on crypto. Anyway, good dude. Crypto banner, probably the largest or one of the largest. I would say the largest YouTuber out there. Good stuff, good content, man. I like Rand. I watch his. I try and listen to his stuff every day. Now he comes on right when I'm doing this show, so I don't. But yeah, South Africa, Cape Town. I've actually been to visit him. I met with his producer. God, what the heck is his name? I don't even know if he's with them anymore, but they're a big outfit. Anyway, good guys. I hung out with them, and I hung out with Rand and his some of his guys, some of his tech guys. Anyway, good guys. I hung out with them in Portugal during one last time where they were in Portugal for the Solana conference. But I like his content. I do. I really like his content. I think he's one of the smarter guys in crypto. But and yeah, if you're going to watch someone on YouTube, probably not a bad community. But my guy Quantum 5652 said Rand Neuner just said he thinks Trump has lost control of the markets. Hard to disagree, to be honest. Yeah, probably true. Trump was doing a good job of controlling the markets, in so much that when he was doing these attacks and stuff, he would announce them on after the markets closed, and he was kind of controlling them. You know, probably not a bad point. Probably a valid point that, probably a valid point that Trump's definitely losing control. But then again, you look at the traditional markets, they're at all-time high, you know. Hey, Mr. Heine, the founder of the Heine community. Yeah, happy Taco Tuesday to you. Great supporters of all my shows, and they also put our shows in their daily thing. I retweet every day, the daily schedule. But yeah, good to see you. Happy Taco Tuesday. I was just saying that I went and had barbecue. I had a barbecued burger, and then I noticed I've been eating barbecue a couple times a week for the last how many years. I have all these points built up, so I ordered a dozen barbecued wings. So I did my barbecue yesterday. I don't know if I'll do them for Taco Tuesday, but that's usually where I do my Taco Tuesday. But we'll see. I probably will anyway. But yeah, good to see everyone. Appreciate everyone tapping in. Also coming at me for the from YouTube. So that's cool that my good friends and buddies from crypto checking out on YouTube. I know that helps my algorithm and helps push it to more people. And that's really what I want to do, is try and reach some new people as well. And I think we get some different people listening to this show than listen to the GM Bitcoin show as well, just because one's a space, one's a live feed. And like I said, I'm soon going to TikTok. But yeah, Quantum 5060 said, you should watch the recording on Crypto Banner Show today. Yeah, I would tell everyone. I usually do, to be honest with you. Usually after this show, because like I say, it's on at the same time, or when I'm preparing. I don't have time to watch it anymore. But I mean, they've got like probably 75 to 100 plus people on staff. They do a good job and bring some stuff, and they're always looking for new new angles and stuff. But yeah, I would suggest everyone watch their show, listen to their show. Like I say, I don't watch it live anymore because it conflicts with what I'm doing. But yeah, great guys, fun to hang out with. Just fun dudes, man, fun dudes. And I go to South Africa every year anyway. Got a lot of friends there. I think I've been there 16 times. So haven't been there this year. I'd love to squeeze it in later in the year, but I don't think I'll go this year. But for sure, I'll be there next year if I can't get there this year. But yeah, I'll definitely check that out. I think he's got some good insights. He, like I say, usually does. They've got some good trading stuff there. Listen, they make most of their money by their referral links and stuff on trading, so they focus heavily on trading. But from a fundamental standpoint, they're pretty spot on. Yeah, you can definitely a show that potentially has some alpha for you, for sure. Going to go through some stuff quickly, the rest of the news, and then we'll jump over and look. Let's see how the market's doing. $65 billion Renaissance Technologies just bought 200 million more Bitcoin via MicroStrategies. The smartest quant fund in history is loading BTC. Now, keep that in mind. You want to follow the smart money, in this Renaissance Technologies. Definitely smart money. We're seeing this, and it's just every day there's this kind of stuff. Now, this is interesting. Goldman Sachs just separated winners from losers. They sold all their Solana. They sold all their XRP, and they kept some of their Bitcoin, some of their Ethereum. Yeah, I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I like that they're joined, but I do not believe that Wall Street and these people in Wall Street are the smartest when it comes to crypto. I'm glad they're joining on, but I certainly don't watch them for my moves. I watch them to validate that they're starting to dip their toe in, and eventually they'll be bringing in, that's how Bitcoin gets to 1 million or 2 million or 10 million or 21 million someday. But I don't get my information from what these guys are doing. If I was going to rank them, and as I invest in them, I would go Bitcoin, Solana, Ethereum, then XRP. But they're all blue chips. I would own all of them. And as we look at tokenization, RWA and stuff, I'm seeing more and more good stuff happen with XRP. I'm going to talk here in a minute. I've got some XRP news, and I don't hide the fact that I don't love XRP, but I do like XRP. No, Quantum, I haven't hit that yet, but I'm going to. That's the biggest news of the day. In talking about it in the chat, is coming up here. Yeah, I think that's the biggest news of the day for sure. Looks like it's coming here in the next couple of slides, but you're absolutely right. Appreciate that heads up. But yeah, definitely coming up. And I agree. It's the biggest news of the day. Billionaire Grant Cardone, who we talk to a lot. You see him in a lot of spaces. His brother Gary follows me. I've seen him a couple times at the Bitcoin conferences. Good dude. He said he wants to become the Michael Saylor of real estate. He now holds $200 million in Bitcoin. And I saw, is it Gigi or Gigi or whatever her name is, one of the girls who does some interviews there, an influencer there on crypto Twitter, interviewed him. He said for every house he has or every unit, he wants to add one Bitcoin. So absolutely huge. So, and he's bringing money in that wouldn't be here otherwise. Banking giant Bradesco just announced to launch Bitcoin and crypto custody. They're one of the biggest banks in Brazil, I guess. They have over 75 million customers. Once again, every bank's eventually going to have to jump on board or go away. Yeah, this is the Saudis and stuff. They said they weren't aware of what Trump's saying. So who knows if it's a lie? Who knows if it's positioning? I don't care. Look at the data anyway. Don't believe anything you hear on any side, whether you like Trump or hate him. Don't believe what he says. Yeah, this is what I was saying. The prediction markets are so, and there's a 0% chance of a rate cut this year, and they're pricing in a 55% chance of rate hike. I don't believe it. I think there'll be rate cuts. I think there will be. They'll figure out a way. Talking about XRP, good news about XRP. SBI Holding is preparing XRP ETFs for the Tokyo Stock Exchange. If approved, XRP could become one of the first major crypto assets with ETF exposure in Japan. And we've seen how good the one ETF here for XRP, it's like a 1.4, 1.6 billion. It's, that's just one. So I think there's only one major one in the US, but now they go to Japan. And the XRP ledger, even some of this tokenization and some of this stuff's going to happen over there. Yesterday was a massive outflow, 648.64, the biggest day since January. We had a big day, I know, last week, but that was even bigger. Our guy Pomp, talking to Maria, said artificial intelligence can make you wealthier. The pessimists are wrong, and they're trying to stop you using this technology. Yeah. Where is my, what the hell? Where did that, let me go through my slides real quick. I don't know if I skipped that. No, what Quantum's talking about is the SEC gave the green light today to start tokenizing assets, doing trading on chain for all the stocks. Yeah, man, I don't believe, I don't know where that slide went. I don't believe I would have skipped over it, but maybe I did, or maybe it got deleted. But that's the biggest news of the day. That's crazy. I think I did maybe use that slide, but yeah, that's the biggest news today, that basically they're making it to where all stocks can trade on chain. So we're talking, Tesla, we're talking, all the chip stocks, all that stuff. So yeah, I don't know what happened to that slide. Somehow it got deleted, but but anyway, that's huge. And yeah, and where are those going to trade? Yeah, definitely Hyperliquid, the cheap, fast ones. Who's best suited for that? I would say Hyperliquid for sure, and Solana for sure. I mean, Solana, when they went to build it, they were looking to replace the Nasdaq. So yeah, who's gonna benefit the most is going to be fast, cheap chains that can have, and with fast finality for trading it. But we're not talking, there's already tokenized stocks trading and stuff like that. We talked yesterday, you can trade the pre-IPO for SpaceX and stuff on Hyperliquid, but this isn't that. This is true putting all of the exchanges, making it trading just like we trade today on the Dow Jones or whatever through your broker. So I agree, Quantum. Hyperliquid more and more bullish. We'll look at Hyperliquid when we go over. I was just going to say this. This is a $7 trillion Fidelity called STRC, a major new demand catalyst for Bitcoin. Absolutely. He's bringing in new money. I mean, yesterday he buys 4.5 billion. First off, let's look at that, but we'll definitely specifically look at Hype. Definitely something I've been stacking for a year and a half or so. And yeah, it's literally all stocks. With these kind of laws changing, all of the trading will go truly to on chain. We're gonna, like I say, the chains are the first place to make money. So yeah, Nasdaq. Let me refresh it one more time. Looks like it's down. Yeah, 0.62. Dow down 0.22. S&P. So rebounding a little, but still down. Look over here at our crypto. Bitcoin, let's see. Start with Bitcoins. Check them all. We have a few minutes here. 76,983. So it looks like it. Never quite. Let me look on the data here. Let's see. Yeah, 76.93, almost 77. Looking on the hourly. Let's look on the daily. So I'd love to get that. So it's flat for the day, basically, for now. Ethereum, 21.24. It's still down a little for the day, but not as bad. XRP, $1.37.9, down half a point for the day. Solana, 85.01 up 0.3 for the day. So love to see that. But yeah, let's check out Hyperliquid. It's a super fast blockchain. There it is, up 5.2% today. Yeah, and it's also, got the biggest perps exchange on there. But really, it's got other things that are starting to build on it. Super fast, super cheap L1 with a great, use case already. So check it out for sure. Do your own research, of course. Yeah, it looks like it's 11.5 billion, rank 11, up almost 100% on the last year. So yeah, probably one you ought to be holding, and one that's going to benefit from all these things, all these trends that we're seeing. Well, that's it. Look, we'll see. We're doing not horrible. We're kind of doing sideways. Let's see what the day later happens. I'll be back tomorrow morning. I don't see a huge catalyst today, to be honest with you. Maybe tomorrow, but at least we're not. At least I feel like we're kind of holding here till we break up or we break down. Well, you rarely hold, one. You're typically going up or down. You're rarely just going sideways, but that's where we're at today. So get out there, enjoy some tacos. Probably don't have to wash it down with tequila. I thought we were going to have to, but not too bad. And we'll appreciate everyone listening on live on YouTube as well as on X. So feel free to join me over on the Bitcoin Morning Show. I'll have some more input, and feel free to come up and introduce yourself as well. So appreciate everyone. We'll see you over there. We'll see you tomorrow morning.